It is Friday, October 27th, 2023. I'm producer Alex.
I'm Jules.
And I'm Owen.
And this
is Studio 595.
Spooky Edition.
Spooky. Doing maniacal laugh.
Nothing from Owen. To Studio 595 and welcome to our second annual Halloween special. We have a lot of spooks and frights ahead of whatever we have here on this episode.
We should clarify there are no jump scares in this episode.
Yes.
That should be clarified.
Totally
and
that you know of.
We're going to talk about phobias for the first segment, and I want to be clear that we will show images of those fears, but in an adorable and non-threatening way.
Yeah.
So
trigger warning, phobias
will at least be discussed, but not.
And we'll pause right here, and then I'll show the timestamp of when phobias are over in case you want to skip over the phobia part.
There we go. All right. So, Owen, what are you terrified of?
Being forgotten.
bees.
So
Also bees, yeah.
Bees.
also bees.
Yeah, also bees.
Which ranks higher?
I'm scared of bees.
I think the general passing of time and not being able to do anything to stop it. But bees make honey.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so
Honey tastes good.
So
Honey
you're
tastes good, I like
less
bees.
afraid of the bees because of their
Bees make honey.
Bees
Right.
also make pain.
Yeah, but they have a movie.
Yeah, well,
starring Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld,
Jerry
ladies and gentlemen.
Seinfeld.
So I know that we had this conversation the day prior to filming this episode, but that would be athazagoraphobia, the fear of being forgotten or ignored or replaced.
Yeah, I don't like
with that
I don't like that
knowledge.
one. Alex, do you know what a trypophobia is?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure.
I don't have it.
Oh, I know, but usually it's not even like people that don't. People are just like, that's gross, you know?
Right. I will say at times trypophobia, for those that don't know, is the fear of like irregular holes or circular patterns.
Like honeycomb, like bees.
Yes. So it can be unsettling.
It's unnerving, some of them.
But
Some of them.
I don't have a fear of it. I just kind of like,
You're like, ooh.
yeah,
the fear of bees is called apophobia.
there we go. I didn't even have it on
I
the
didn't know
list.
that.
Yeah.
Great.
Dana.
Yeah, I know I changed it. So
What is your fear, Jules?
probably the ocean. Specifically the ocean, just because of like how big and deep it is.
And
Are you scared of the fish?
No, I'm scared of
the vastness of a large
like
body
the
of water.
vastness of a large body of water.
Unexplored.
If you like, imagine just being out like Point Nemo and just sinking down. There's nothing you can do about it. Point Nemo is like the farthest you can go out.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Oh, is it where it's like there's the least amount of land around
Yeah,
you
you're
in all
closer to the
directions?
people on the space station than you are to anyone else on Earth.
That is wild.
Incredible.
I don't like that.
And we had that conversation as well, and that is thalassophobia. So any thalassophobics or athagoraphobics in the audience, we feel your sympathy.
We're gonna show a really silly picture of a fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and also some probably cartoon character. You know what? I think there's an image of Luigi just like sitting alone for your fear
That's
of,
messed
of
up.
being forgotten.
That's messed up.
But
Put Shinji in the chair.
yes, okay, yes,
What about that like sad
So-
like gif of that rat eating cheese? Or like it's an M&M, it's just eating like one M&M.
all of our audience are gonna enjoy at least one of these photos.
You'll get one.
So you may ask, why do we have whiteboards here joining us with our co-host today,
Mine has my name on it.
but backwards. We have a collection of 15 phobias, different phobias, both very common amongst us in both the United States and around the world, and also more, I guess, niche.
Does it say niche?
Or
Under the radar?
Yes,
Underground.
uncommon,
Unappreciated.
yes, unappreciated
You wouldn't
phobias.
know them.
And so, We're gonna start off with some of the easier ones, and you will each guess what these phobias are. I'm gonna give you the name of the phobia, but you have to tell me what the phobia is.
Okay.
Like what these people are afraid of.
All right, I got that.
And so we will start off by we're gonna start off by some of the most common ones. And this is actually one that I share as well. What are you afraid of if you have acrophobia? And I will give you a couple seconds to write it down. And we will give an example on screen. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Heights.
Heights and
We'll
heights.
put a picture of our answers.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you get the idea.
I mean, you can turn to the camera as well. Yes, heights. Acrophobia is indeed the fear of heights, and not to be confused with
Arachnophobia?
no. Number 2, aerophobia. A-E-R-O phobia.
Oh,
What would someone that has aerophobia be afraid of?
got it.
The air. Oh,
And then something clicked.
damn it!
3, 2, 1.
Planes.
So, airplanes. I will say that neither of you got it right because it's yeah. Both of you were close, but not exactly. Aerophobia is the fear of flying.
Okay.
This should be one that you both should know pretty easily. What is arachnophobia?
Oh.
I feel like this will be probably the easiest. I felt like someone was gonna do this for this round, and I'm happy that Jules is doing it.
Okay. I got mine.
3, 2, 1. You both did it.
This is spider.
did it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And
We're really good at art.
I think I may just use
I think it's
yours.
this eraser.
It
It's
may
this
be.
eraser.
Erasers are going to be the technical difficulty in this episode. Yes, and you both drew very friendly looking spiders. So you each have 3 as we go on to, I remember seeing on this list a handful of years ago as one of the most, if not the most common fear in America. What is, let me hopefully pronounce this right, ophidiophobia. I will give you a hint that it involves an animal.
Ophidia?
Ophidio. Or ophidiophobia, whichever is the correct pronunciation.
Is this a common animal?
It is a common animal, and it was previously ranked as the most common fear in the United States.
This is too easy.
Right. 3, 2, 1.
Dog.
Armadillo.
Dog and armadillo.
Because it sounds like armadillo. Ophidio. What was it?
Ophidio or ophidiophobia.
Ophidio armadillo.
They're good responses, but unfortunately neither are correct. The correct answer is the fear of snakes.
That doesn't
That's
even
valid.
sound like snake.
That doesn't sound like snakes, but I get that one. I guess.
If here's the Latin name for a snake, I'm sure that the genus is Ophidia or something along those lines. Next up on the list of phobias is cynophobia. C-Y-N-O. phobia.
one.
I will also give you this hint that it is also a fear of a certain animal.
What is it again?
Cynophobia.
Is this a common animal?
It is indeed a common animal in the United States.
They're afraid of me because I got that dog in me.
I feel like you just gave away your answer. 3, 2, 1. We've gone with opposite answers
I got
here.
that dog in me.
And
One of us has to be right.
I can say that one of you is correct.
Me.
And it is Owen trying to go for dog again.
I figured I had to.
All right, so
One of them.
if I recall correctly,
Shout out my boy Gaetano. He's scared of dogs.
who is the most innocent dog that you can think of that we can show on screen?
Lassie.
Lassie.
Lassie, Clifford the big red dog, and Martha Speaks.
I was.
Martha Speaks, sure.
What's his face? The Australian show with the blue guy.
Louis? Louis?
My little brother
Louis.
watches that.
So, if I recall correctly, Owen, you have 4 points, and Jules, you have 3. We will go to astrophobia,
Oh.
and I can say that this does not involve an animal, although it is something common. 3, 2, 1.
Space.
I wrote space
See,
as well.
It would make sense that it would be space, but it is unfortunately not space. It is the fear of thunder or lightning.
What's the fear of space then?
I feel like that may be live here on Studio 505. We are going to find out.
What the fear of space is.
We're gonna go on an internet adventure
On the
That
World
would
Wide
be-
Web.
on the World Wide Web.
I feel like this may be a pronunciation issue. I said astrophobia? The fear of space is astrophobia.
I hate this game.
Moving on now, and we have another one of the common fears within the United States, agoraphobia. And I can say that this also, I think for the rest of all but one of the remaining fears, is not of an animal. So this is not an animal, agoraphobia.
So you're telling me other than one more, the rest of them are animals?
No, just one of
There's
the remaining
one
ones.
left is an animal.
Yes,
Agoraphobia.
agoraphobia.
All that I can think about is that one Cars album, which is what I wrote down because I can't think of anything else.
It's also a good song by Deer Hunter. And it's also a portion of your fear, Owen.
What was your fear?
Thazagoraphobia, the fear of being left alone.
Oh,
Or
being forgotten.
being forgotten,
Oh.
being ignored, being
Okay, I got mine.
replaced. Yes, because of that hint, I will give Jules enough time to replace. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Time?
That one Cars album.
We
That
already-
Cars album. Time
I
and
being alone.
being alone. I will give that to Jules.
Yay.
What?
Agoraphobia is the fear of being alone, and the fear of being alone specifically in an open space.
That's so specific.
Yes, and it is one of the most common fears.
Really?
Yes.
Like in those like when you're alone in a big empty gymnasium.
Yeah, I can see that.
and people have also said just open spaces in general, like outside, being alone, like in an empty field, I guess, or in the woods.
Yeah, like yesterday I was feeling pretty creeped out whenever I was like biking by myself, and I was like, ugh. So I mean, I get
Do
that.
it at night.
Not
and go
allowed to
through
do
dark
it. I don't have a
alleyways.
bike light.
Moving on now, we have mesophobia, MYSO phobia, and I can say that it is not an
I see
animal.
Jules peeking.
I'm not peeking.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
huh?
see.
Yeah, huh?
I'm not peeking. Guys, I'm not peeking.
For those that don't know in the audience, I have the document
See?
open. However, all the answers to the phobias are highlighted in black. So unless if I highlight them in the mouse, it cannot be seen.
So I'm not cheating.
So
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
What's her hint?
mesophobia is something that you could encounter outside. Or you can also experience it inside, but a lot of people experience it on the outside. As in, like, in the outdoors and whatnot. Mesophobia.
Mainly outdoors, but can be feared indoors.
Yes.
Dude. I don't know.
Wait, that's not my net. Is there something on the back of this?
If it is,
It's a space.
it just says alone.
Alone.
Okay, I don't think
To
that's right.
clarify, that is not.
That's not my answer.
It's not Jules'
Here's
It's not
my
Jules' answer.
This is
Three,
my answer.
2, 1.
The dark?
The dark, and we have, I believe, a mouse. If I
It's a
remember it.
mouse.
Good enough guess, but myxophobia is the fear of
Nice.
germs and
Oh.
dirt.
Okay.
That's just called germophobia.
Yes, and that is the sort of colloquial name for myxophobia.
But that's not his actual name.
It's not the actual name.
Okay.
Although you could say germophobia and people would understand what you mean. Funny enough, it's unintentionally, this was a phobia that we've already discussed. What is trypophobia?
Oh!
What the heck?
Trypophobia. And keep in mind that these scores are currently tied. If I remember right, it is 4-4. With, I want to say 5, 6 phobias remaining after this.
Done.
3,
I
2,
got it.
1.
Fear of small holes.
Small
Holes where they
holes.
shouldn't be.
I will give it to both of you. It is a small holes.
Holes.
Trypophobia is the fear of irregular holes or circular clusters. Moving on now, and we have another common fear, claustrophobia.
Oh.
Should be a fairly easy one. 3, 2, 1.
Fear of small spaces.
That is what I put as well.
Small, cramped spaces, enclosed spaces, everything along those lines. So, both of you got a point.
Sweet.
What's the score?
I believe you are both tied currently.
We're tied.
Nyctophobia. NYCTO phobia.
May we get a hint, please?
This would be something that would be experienced again more so outside, but also in the inside, and it may depend on the time of day.
May. It doesn't depend on it. It could depend on it.
It could. 3, 2, 1.
Dark.
The night.
I will give it specifically to Owen. It is indeed the fear of the dark.
Let's go. I wrote the night and then I was like, I can't do that.
Although
That's what that meant.
I will, as I will do a football fans will know video assistance review. Let's see if Fear of the Night also qualifies as nyctophobia.
We will see.
Internet adventure. We're going on an internet
We're going on another
adventure.
internet adventure
We have
onto
to
the
put
silly
it-
World Wide Web.
We're put on the screen like us traveling through the cyberspace.
After video review, aka searching it up on the internet, the origin of the word nyctophobia, the word nycto or nict, comes from the Greek word night. So I will give Jules a point for saying a fear of the night. So we are still tied.
I'm so cool.
And now we go into the final, I want to say the final 4 fears, and here's where they get a bit more difficult. Phasmophobia. PHASMO phobia. And this, I would say,
Easy.
is more Halloween centric. 3, 2, 1.
Ghosts.
That is indeed correct.
Let's go.
Phasmophobia is indeed the fear of ghosts, and we will give a preview as to what our next segment will be on
If it's Casper the Friendly Ghost, I'm gonna scream.
by featuring none other than Casper the Friendly Ghost.
No.
Phasmophobia is also a great game on Steam.
That's how I knew
Go
it
buy
was.
it. Go buy it. Yeah, me
Yeah, it's a
too.
game.
Phasmophobia is great.
I need to get it. I want to play
Get
it.
it, we'll play it.
Let's go. Okay, bet.
All right, the final animal-themed fear, Ranidophobia.
Oh.
R-A-N-I-D-A phobia.
Oh!
Ranidophobia. I feel like this is for the Latin speakers out there, or the Spanish speakers as well.
I got it.
3, 2, 1.
Rodents.
Reindeer.
Rodents and reindeer.
Reindeer.
I can say from my experience knowing Spanish, rana is the word for frogs.
What?
Fear
What?
of frogs.
How?
Ranidophobia is the fear of frogs.
Ranidophobia. That doesn't even sound like frog.
If here's the explanation
the-
as to why,
the
I feel like it's the
scientific name?
Latin name
I know
for
someone who's
frogs.
afraid of frogs, but I can't think of who it is.
It's Addie.
Is it Addie?
It's Addie.
Is Addie actually afraid of frogs?
Addie's like terrified of frogs.
Dang, I
The
didn't know
second
that.
consecutive cameo of
Of Addie.
Addie.
You don't even know who this person
no
is.
idea. No idea.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
Addie Root.
The two final fears. This is another Halloween-centric fear. Coulrophobia. C-O-U-L-R-O phobia. And I can say that this is something involving people,
Easy.
specifically perhaps a profession.
What?
So a job.
Wait, can you say it again?
Coulrophobia. C-O-U-L-R-O phobia. Coulrophobia. And this is more so possibly I just think that it like the name doesn't like have a reference to what the actual phobia is. So it could be anything.
But it's spooky.
It is spooky for Halloween.
Only for Halloween.
Most commonly, you would probably see it in Halloween.
Is
2,
okay.
1.
Witches and wizards.
Ghouls.
Both interesting answers.
Cauldron.
It is actually neither. Coulrophobia is the fear of clowns.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that
Yeah, that
actually
one
makes
is.
sense.
Yeah, that one works out.
And now, I will only give the hint that this fear just makes sense. Samhainophobia.
Simhainophobia.
S-A-M-H-A-I-N-O phobia. And that is the final phobia. And if we are tied,
Samhainophobia.
Samhainophobia.
What even? It makes sense.
It makes sense.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Quicksand.
Samhain.
Sam, as in
Samhain.
Samhainophobia.
Samhainophobia. It's
Naturally,
just some guy.
the fear of someone named Samhain.
It's just some guy.
I'm scared of that.
What made you come up with quicksand?
Sandtine. Sand.
Fair.
Even though it says Sam, it just sounds like sand.
That is the fear of Halloween.
Wait. Samhain.
How does that even make sense?
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Samhain.
It makes sense given the context of this
Of the episode?
Yes.
Why would you be?
Alex.
Yes.
Okay. Give us the tiebreaker.
The dreaded tiebreaker. And I feel like you both will be very upset. I need you to spell the fear of long words. And I will say it once. And try your best.
Slowly.
Yes. The fear of long words, as we've talked about outside of filming, is very ironic because it itself is a long word. Hippo, auto, monstro, sesquipedaliophobia. Hippopoto monstro sesquipedaliophobia.
The Squipdaliophobia.
The Squipdaliophobia. So hippopotomonstros, the Squipdaliophobia.
Okay.
And I encourage everyone in our audience to try even once to say it correctly or spell it correctly.
Oh, and take a picture of your answer. So we can show the audience.
I
He's
don't
in
like this game.
Okay.
Hold on.
Are you feeling judged?
I mean, I know that's why. I know it's the whole point, but dang.
Do you think that you will be replaced or forgotten?
This game.
So, as a tiebreaker, since the score is currently tied, and if not, then now it is. What is the fear of long words? And we will judge it here. Let's see. All right. I will go based just off of the letters that are present in, like, I'll judge it based on who's closest. So, I would say that you, Owen, you have I would say about 20 letters right.
How many letters are there?
I will say, excluding phobia, 29.
So I'm 9 off.
About.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
All right, and Jules. Okay, let's see.
or it's not.
I mean, I can say we do indeed have a winner.
Oh.
Let me just double check to make sure.
I changed that to an O, but it's against the rules, so I changed it to X.
Okay. I can say, and you had about 20 letters right.
Yeah.
Roughly right. Jules had 25.
Dang!
So Jules is the winner.
How do you spell that
But
really
like four
obnoxious?
air horns and like the calls you name.
You're the one editing this.
Editing power has fallen upon Jules to edit this. So the correct spelling is HIPPOMONSTRO.
I was missing another P.
Yes. SESQUIP. And I think until that point you have it 100% correct. And then it is another P, ED, ALIO. And yeah, and after the first P you have TALIA. The champion of fears, one could say, is Jules.
Jules. Jules. Jules. Jules. Jules.
Jules.
Okay.
Jules. 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 Jules.
A winner, ladies and gentlemen.
The winner of the Halloween Fears knowledge quiz. Jules. We'll be right back to the show, but I thought that we would enjoy our district updates as we always do. And I thought that this time we would get a bit more comfortable and do things as we always do, but with a bit of a relaxing twist. For many that know me, Mr. Rogers was one of my childhood icons, and someone that I admired very much so. And so in the spirit of Halloween, I thought that perhaps today, better than any other day, we could do our district updates in a more Fred Rogers-like style. And so, you see here, I have my Converse, I have my cardigan, and I will say that he has always been a big inspiration for me and why I have such a passion for the work that I do. And I thought that we would celebrate by doing our district updates with a bit of a twist. So, won't you join me? And so let's get right into our district updates, and so that you can better hear me, as we are relying on the camera right now. Now you can hear me as if I were behind the studio desk. So congratulations to Miss Jacqueline Spencer for being this year's Teacher of the Year for the Clark County School District, year 2023-24, as well as Miss Lauren Cunningham from Howard B. Stroud Elementary School, who is the secretary and bookkeeper at HB Stroud, for earning the title of Support Person of the Year. Miss Spencer from Cleveland Road Elementary was a finalist amongst Mr. Brad Williford from Clark Central High School and Mr. Gary Grant from Clark Middle School. And now she is vying to be the Georgia Teacher of the Year. And we wish her a very wonderful celebration in the short term, and we definitely hope that she wins Georgia Teacher of the Year for the hard work that she does in educating our students, and of course for the hard work that Ms. Cunningham gives to the students at HB Stroud and all her superstars that she helps in making our community a better place. So a big thank you and a congratulations to these two wonderful people in our wonderful district. Congratulations as well, a belated congratulations to Miss Tamika Scott, a school nutrition worker at Hillsman Middle School, for being our Employee of the Month for the month of October. And today, being October 31st, means that it is our last day to highlight other people across the district for the opportunity to be Employee of the Month for the month of November. So make sure to go to bit.ly/CCSDEOM to submit your favorite person across our wonderful district, and to give them the opportunity to be Employee of the Month for the month of November. And once again, as we have done in previous months, CCSD will be holding a chance for feedback across our community so that we can have a better safety infrastructure in our schools. And we are once again going to have community conversations regarding the safety in our schools, this time here in our wonderful CCSD district office at 595 Prince Avenue here in Athens. That will be November 8th. From 6 to 7 p.m. and you are more than welcome to join us in our wonderful district office. And as always, we would like to conclude our district updates by, of course, giving a nod to my friend and colleague of the podcast, Scott Thompson, and his hard work in doing the Better Together newsletter that gives us the wonderful information that we often use for our district updates here on Can't Miss Minutes, and for the hard work that he does in providing the latest and greatest information across our wonderful district. So please go to our website, clark.k12.ga.us, and subscribe to the Better Together newsletter today and get caught up on all the information going on at CCSD. And now we turn back to our wonderful interns, Owen and Jules, for more pop culture updates this time, and some more Studio 595.
And now for something actually important. Recently, Tony Hawk's son and Kurt Cobain's daughter have gotten married, and the officiator is someone you very well may know, Michael Stipe from REM of our very town. Also, a movie that has came out recently is the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I have a lot of friends that are very excited about this, and I'm going to be curious to watch it myself. Hopefully it's good. We'll see. Also coming out soon is the final and to be last released Beatles song. The song is reported to be called Now and Then, and there's not a whole lot about it. The Beatles have been teasing some things on their Instagram, and they're also teasing some things on their YouTube channel. We'll see. I'm curious where this one will go.
It's October, so I figured I would talk about some scary things. We could talk about haunted house, or we could talk about ghosts, or we could talk about family dinner, but I figured we would go for something truly terrifying. Crime. As you can see, this unidentified suspect broke into a Vermont gas station and did the unthinkable. I was speechless the first time I saw this footage. I know. Cannibalism. Sick. I know that was a lot to handle, but don't worry, this next segment will definitely cheer you up. We look over at Katmai National Park in Alaska. Brazier, or bear number 128, has won annual Fat Bear Week against his inferior, Chunk. Better luck next year, Chunk. If you didn't know, bears actually being fat is a very good thing because they need it to survive hibernation. No fat equals cold and die.
Still here. Providing you pop culture updates, still in my wonderful Mr. Rogers outfit. And so we get right into it. And so when we think about Halloween, we think about trick-or-treating and we think about the sort of mischievous things that we do during Halloween. And so this story takes us to Scotland, where someone dressed up as the clown Pennywise from the movie It in the 1980s, as well as the remake in, I believe, 2018, or rather recently in the last couple of years, in a Scottish village, left behind some surprises for the villagers. And while that may seem mischievous and rather nefarious, it was actually more on a positive note, as mysteriously just kind of left packages and had told police the week prior that he dared that they catch him, and instead what he actually left by were some surprises, some riddles for the villagers to solve. And this happened in the area of Skelmorley in North Ayrshire, and I hope for our, I imagine, few Scottish viewers of this show that I am saying it correctly, and if not, then I apologize. Speaking to Sky News, this clown, still funny enough in character, was saying that the village solved the riddles with a few hours remaining, and as a sort of gift, the clown in question left behind a box for the villagers who had solved it to open it and see the label clown with a mirror underneath, and it was all in good fun. All the villagers on social media were happy to see not only the worldwide focus of their village in question, but also the fact that such a fun and thankfully very lighthearted and Halloween spirit activity was going on in their village. So big shout out to that clown and to that small village in Scotland that got the world's attention a couple weeks ago. And finally, we go to Aurora, Colorado, which is a suburb of Denver, and a couple small crimes. And I know that this is starting to get more into the nefarious side. However, it's a lot more lighthearted than what it seems. A lot of damaged property and some escaping from the officials in Aurora, Colorado. And while you may think that I'm about to present to you a high-speed chase on a highway in Colorado, it is in fact a 400-pound to 600-pound beast known as Fred the Pig. And after evading officials for multiple days, with the assistance of up to at least 10 people trying to corral this pig into a safe location, they finally were able to trick the pig into being in a corralled space where they can, safely bring Fred into a shelter where he has an abundance of troughs and food and a pool even for him to enjoy. So I think, as I'm doing an homage to Fred Rogers, it is very fitting that Fred the Pig, with his dubious mischief across the suburb of Aurora, Colorado, is a highlight this week on our weird news segment. And so shout out once again to Fred the Pig and the city officials who, just to clarify, 5 animal services employees, 3 parks employees, and at least 2 other city officials were helping to corral Fred the Pig. And so with that, please enjoy that little tidbit. And here is Fred the Pig right now. Isn't he adorable? And now let's get back to the show. Welcome back to the show. We are going to do a very special themed tier list for Halloween. Owen, what did you decide that we would be doing today?
So originally, me and Jules were brainstorming and we came up with which of the founding fathers would be the chillest to hang out with. But we decided that's not very spooky.
We're saving that one for 4th of July.
That one's coming up more so towards our, how should I say, patriotic holidays.
Yes.
So, this is classic Halloween monsters, villains, creatures,
Beings.
spooky characters.
Yes.
Also some not so spooky characters. Which of these creatures would you take on a second date? Romantically, we're gonna rate these monsters. We're gonna see how they fall on this tier list.
So we're going to start with some of the more classic creatures, and first on the list is Dracula. And let's decide now, what iteration of Dracula is it going to be? Is it going to be the classic Dracula?
I'm sorry, Jules, I know you wanted cool Dracula from Hotel Transylvania.
He's so cool.
We have other Hotel Transylvania characters later on in the list, don't worry.
So how do we feel about Dracula? What do we feel like the first date would even be?
I feel like he'd be a pretty annoying guy to go on a date with. He'd be like, so have you seen my mansion? It has clouds, and he has that accent. He's like, the waiter, he's like, I can't have any garlic, and he really needs to hammer that point in.
I feel like
he shows off his whip whenever he can.
Yeah, he's got the coffin car.
I feel like he would be a pretty insistent date.
I feel like he'd be kind of insufferable.
He's snobby because he's famous.
He's snobby because he's famous, and he's been living since
He's like, I'm Dracula.
Like knights and dragons and stuff. He's been living since then. And he's like, I've seen it all.
I was alive when Mesh was cool.
That was a callback. That's a callback. I would, on a scale of 1 through 5, 1 being, I think he'd be pretty insistent. I think he'd be a little insufferable because I feel like he's very esteemed. He's like, well, I've seen it all, and he really wants it to be clear that he's like, you're not the best that I have. I've had better. He really wants to drive that point home. He's like, you'll come and go,
You'll taste
unless
you'll taste like copper. my wife tastes like steel.
He'd probably be like a pretty kind of well presented guy. He'd dress up really nice, and he's got old money. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got because
he's old.
Because he's old. He's got Dracula's. Is it Dracula's castle? It's Dracula's castle.
Yeah.
It's not mansion. It's castle.
Yeah.
He lives in Romania. Like he's chilling.
Transylvania.
No, Dracula.
In like.
The movie was in Romania. Hold on.
In current I guess geography, it would be in Romania.
Bubble.
Hold on.
Fact bubble. This is where Dracula was born. It was
Vlad III, Vlad the Impaler, or Vlad Dracula was Romanian, like the original dude who was named after this. So yes, Dracula is Romanian. Like he's chilling in Romania. He's got a castle in Romania. I mean, he'd probably be he's got old money. I feel like he'd be kind of an annoying date, but
I'd like Iron Man.
Not to mention he would probably be needy as well, given his
medical condition.
His condition and
put it
lust
lightly.
for blood. Yeah.
There you go. More accurately.
He might be trying to.
Yeah, he might just want you for your blood, and that's not a very good date. I'm gonna put him in D tier.
He might get to biting you.
I'm also gonna vote for D tier.
D tier.
Yeah. All right.
Dracula, fittingly D tier. We're going with the next one, The Mummy from the 1932 horror film. You can see it on screen now. It kind of looks tame compared to what you would consider to be a mummy.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give him a 3.
Why?
He's just not it. He's not the one for me.
No, think about it.
Oh, okay, so a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, 3 out of 10 for looks. He's just not the one for me, I don't think.
Okay.
I think that's pretty simple. I'm gonna put him in.
You don't think that you would have anything in common?
I have a pretty.
Wow.
No, I'm asking why.
I sit in my room all day. I'm in the crypt.
I'm saying, why is it a 3?
Why is it a 3?
Yes.
Dude, he's like falling apart. He's like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, and his hand just like unwraps and falls off. It's like, ooh,
He's like,
gets in the
he's-
food.
he's
That's not a good
literally-
first
he's
date.
Literally the shell of a man.
Yeah, he's a husk.
I would want to ask him about his Egyptian life.
Yeah,
So
I feel
if it's like
he'd be a
if
good
I
friend.
were,
He's a great friend.
if
but
I
he's
if,
not.
no, like I mean, I'm not really into like the flesh rotting at the touch type stuff, and the only thing keeping me from like chronic disease
is my curse.
like that like tattered rags that are like wrapping around you, but you know I'd like to talk with you.
Yeah, I'd
I'll
want to.
get
I'd
some-
want to talk with.
So,
I'd
I'll
want to be
get
friends.
some-
good friend, bad date.
Yeah,
Can
good
we
friend,
agree?
bad date. I feel like he'd be the first one to then you slide in the DMs and be like, hey, you're really hot. Do you want to go on a date? You'd be like, sure. And then you go on a date and you're like, I think we should be friends. And you're friends for a little while, and it doesn't really work out. And then you're like, oh, it's the mummy. You're like at Target. You're like, oh, there's the mummy. You're with your friends, you know?
Oh, it's the guy.
Oh, that guy has a curse.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you
I'd
know,
say
you're like,
he,
oh.
he is cursed.
You're
I'd
like,
say-
that guy has a curse. He's got removed from his tomb. I don't go
Right.
talk to him. It's like,
I'd say
should I go
D
say
tier.
something to that guy?
D tier, same as Dracula, I think. D tier.
Okay, so let's decide on a tier. Owen, you said.
F from mummy.
Jules, you say D.
D for mummy.
I'm
D for dumb.
I'm not one to say that looks are everything. However, looks in this specific case are at least a factor, and I will put the mummy in F tier.
Next up, we have a werewolf, but this is we're going by original iterations of these
Yes.
characters.
The
So because
first one.
this is a classic, this is the Wolf Man, and he is not the prettiest to look at.
Oh,
So I don't mean to say that in a mean way, but
But also not the most extreme iteration of
that's
a werewolf.
okay.
no, he's not the most extreme iteration. He's a very
Let's see him.
Very man-like.
yeah. I mean, as a dude,
Yeah.
he looks pretty. I think the word would be swarthy.
He just has a skin condition, right?
Swarthy.
Swarthy.
Huh.
This isn't a monster.
Well,
He's
I mean,
just a-
every full moon he turns into that and goes on a rampage and like kills
Oh.
animals and people
Oh.
and stuff.
Okay, the killing part.
So I feel like the timing of the date has to be taken
You have
into
to,
consideration.
if you're going on a date with him, like right after a full moon, he's probably feeling really good, you know.
Yeah.
He's
like-
probably in his A game. He's probably, you know, he'll just kind of sit there at the table and reach his leg up and like scratch really hard, like you know, he's like
But-
scratching for fleas or something.
Mind is clear, at least.
Well,
he's
I
a
mean-
he's a normal guy. You
Yeah.
can't help it.
If we're
Yeah.
saying that we're going on a date with a monster, then the date would be when he's like the wolf man.
Oh.
then F tier.
Then F tier.
Then I
Yeah,
think
F tier for
is-
sure.
I don't want to be fearing for my life.
If
I think
normal,
we're all in
yeah.
agreement on that.
Next is the creature of the Black Lagoon.
So Owen, you've been very excited to add this to the tier list. May I ask why?
Okay, look, the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes.
He goes unrecognized. Everyone knows the creature. You've heard it. I get it. He kidnaps a woman and drags her underwater, and it's pretty messed up.
Guys,
I get it.
get that he gets in.
That's already a bad track record. just to
However-
start.
However, if you're going on a date with this, you know what? For dates, it'd be really bad because he'd have to be in a big like fishbowl, and you'd have to either be in like scuba gear, or he'd be drowning. So I think for taking him on a second date, it'd probably be it. As much as I wanted this one to work, as much as I think he's a really nice guy,
the
I think we're gonna
logistics
have to
don't
go.
allow.
It doesn't work. It's
If
gonna be an
it's-
F tier.
If it's in water, F tier. If it's on land,
If it's on land, then
Then he's just in a big fishbowl.
yeah.
I mean, can he breathe on land?
You know what? Let's.
Video assistance review.
So, hold on. I think we should do a
this-
synopsis. We just learned that the creature from the Black Lagoon in the movie ends up kidnapping a woman multiple times, building a dam to prevent the boat from escaping his lair, and what else?
He then gets killed.
I'm
S.
I'm afraid that because it could lead to a possible threat to.
He's territorial. He can't help it.
Yeah, but that leads into toxicity.
F
Owen.
for
Oh, that's true. That's a red flag. That's a toxic trait. That's, you know what that is? That's a male manipulator trait right there.
Yeah, you know what?
You think he listens to?
How do you
Weezer?
feel about the S tier now?
How do I feel about the S tier? I'm gonna drop it down to a
I'm
B
gonna-
tier. I'm gonna put him B tier.
I'll put him C tier. Jules, what are you feeling?
F tier.
Next up,
Slimer from Ghostbusters. And here's what I'm gonna say.
S tier.
S tier.
Yeah.
before Alex even gets a word in, chiseled jawline,
Why?
smoking hot bod.
Chiseled jawline. He knows how to treat a woman.
He knows how to treat a woman right. So hot.
Ooh,
Don't get me started.
He knows how to cast them spells.
He knows how to open portals. He is ideal. He is
This is
so
peak
fine.
performance, like it or not.
Look, S tier.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What would you
S
say,
tier,
Alex?
S tier.
Whatever
I'm gonna say, for the sake of you both, I'm gonna say D tier so that we can put them in B tier.
No.
B
That's not fair because we both agreed on one.
Yes, but we
both
have to
agreed on
balance
one.
it out.
But we both agreed on one.
Yes, but we said B, C, and F for the last
Yeah,
one. We
look
put
at-
it in C.
How can you say no to this?
Ooh.
Ooh,
It looks like clip art.
Yacht.
that is clip art. That's Slimer logo PNG in parentheses AI. So that is clip art. Yes.
Okay, can we? Would you settle for B tier?
I will settle for
Slimer. You know what Slimer does? He farts.
Slime.
You remember that from the movie? You remember that?
C tier. Okay. I'm gonna drop him down to C tier.
You're gonna drop him down? Oh man.
C tier.
Alright.
Okay. All right. I guess.
Because of democracy, I guess.
So what's he's in C?
Okay, in actuality, I will say D tier just so that I don't weigh it too down and he can be in B tier.
Okay. Thank you, Alex.
Yes.
I appreciate that. That's
So Slimer
You're a
is
fair man, you're a fair
Slimer is the top
We love
pick
you, Alex.
currently.
so far. Slimer is up there somehow, which is awesome.
Somehow.
Watch out.
Next up, who do we have?
We have Jason Voorhees.
F tier.
S tier.
I don't need.
I have such a big crush on that man.
Again, I don't need a fear for my life on a date.
I need to look up which one. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna put that in F.
No, he wouldn't
Yeah.
kill me. I'm too pretty.
Red flags. Have you seen some of the girls he's been with?
No, wait. He's had girlfriends.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's an F for me, girl. That's all I'm saying.
F.
Oh. Ooh. You know what else? You know what else might be a bit of a
Owen is thankfully
rough second date?
being our
I'll
safeguard.
put it at B, just because of the risky X's for me.
He's 77.
That will settle it at the top of F tier. So we have one C and two Fs. I think that
Fine.
deserves top of F tier at least.
This
I'll
this
put him over
probably
on the corner.
this is definitely
Yes.
not correct math, but okay.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
F tier.
F tier.
F tier.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm all for someone that is very
He's
fun,
a child.
fun and loving and adorable and whatnot. Casper's too much.
Casper's too much. Casper is too clingy. I feel like Casper would be like, "Hey man, you haven't sent me any messages in like 30 minutes. Are we
Hey.
okay?
I know you're busy, but can we talk?
Can we talk?"
That's
and
Casper.
then you
Also-
talk, and he'd be like,
Isn't he like 11?
I mean, regardless, he's
regardless, he's annoying.
Yeah.
So Casper the Friendly Ghost canonically is 87 years old.
Well, yeah, but we can't fully judge
We
it.
can't go by canon.
Because then it'll throw all the old monsters out of whack.
We all agree on F tier, but quite frankly, I don't like his face, so I'm going to put him underneath the tier. Oh, it won't let me. So you know what we're going to do instead? We're just going to make
text
him
bubble.
really small.
Really small.
We're just going to shrink Casper down
So we don't have to look
real
at
itty bitty,
face.
and it's
And
like he's
then
not even there.
Dumb little
And then he'll-
ghost baby ghost face.
We'll put him at the corner of F tier.
Oh, that's where Jason is.
Jason, no.
You're
The furthest down on F tier.
Who's next?
Oh,
on
you're
the
gonna
list?
love how I'm doing this because that is not at all what it looks like.
Okay, whatever.
Next on
next
our
up.
list is Freddy Krueger.
Again, F.
Yeah, F. It'd be a pretty.
I actually
crappy...
enjoy sleeping and enjoying my dreams.
Yeah,
so.
he'd be really bad
He
to,
just
to
like
sleep with.
he just like goes into kids' dreams.
And he also has knives for hands.
Yeah,
You can't really.
You can't hug
Yeah.
with knives.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
For
hug.
hands. It's not comfortable. So F tier.
Also like he's got some acne. He needs to.
Yeah, he needs to see a dermatologist. I think if he really cleaned up
Really
his
bad
act,
open-
he cleaned up his act.
Really bad open pores.
Yeah, he has some bad open pores. I feel like he could probably get into real estate. I feel like he'd be a good real estate agent. Other than that, yeah, I think for sure F tier.
Do we agree on F tier?
F tier.
F tier.
Okay, cool.
I don't
F
like
tier.
him.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what he's got going on.
Owen, specifically, I'm asking this for you. Would you rather hug Freddy Krueger or Casper?
That's a loaded question. I'd rather that. I'd rather, you know what? I'd rather hug Casper because I don't have to touch him. He's a ghost. All right, next up. This one's gonna be interesting. Medusa.
Medusa?
If you wore sunglasses,
No, because you can't look her in the eyes, no matter what.
no, you can't look her snakes in the eyes.
Oh.
So if she just wears like a hat and puts
Is
little
that
snakes,
canonically what?
that's canonically, yeah. You can't look at
Okay.
the snakes. You can look at her. You just can't look at the snakes. I might be wrong, but that's
I
what I
like eye contact, and again, I don't like fearing for my life. However,
If she has a hat on, she's just a super
I
chill,
was,
super nice
I was
lady.
gonna say maybe there's a different way that,
Hey,
that we
man.
can go about this.
I think A tier for Medusa. Really, she's attractive, and as long as she's wearing a hat,
attractive.
she's attractive.
Pull up, show a picture of Medusa right now.
It's
Like-
gonna be the one from
like
Terraria.
mythologically, canonically.
It's gonna be Terraria Medusa. That's what I'm put on the tier list too.
This is what Owen thinks is attractive, guys.
I will say with, I guess, a beanie on,
If you look
I'll
like
say
this,
D tier. If I don't have to constantly fear for my life, then I guess B tier.
So you're
I
B
mean-
tier.
Yeah.
I'm A tier.
Alex, if you have a problem with constantly fearing for your life, then you're gonna have a problem with a lot of
With
things.
all of these.
Yeah.
Alex,
There's
do you want to
a
put her
lot.
in B tier with Slimer, or do you want to put her one up into A tier?
Slimer.
Do you want her beside Slimer, Alex? Is that really what you want
See,
from Medusa?
The tier list has already gone awry.
Out of whack,
Um,
we should say.
Out of whack, and I think I can't in good faith put Medusa on the same tier as Slimer.
I'm glad you're understanding.
I'll put her in A, I guess.
Nice.
Do
Jules,
we-
are you
do we all
with
agree?
Medusa in A tier?
A tier. Yeah.
A tier.
The Invisible Man.
No, because I don't know if it's not Ed Sheeran.
What if it's like?
It could be Ed Sheeran. It could be Bill Clinton.
The,
It could be,
what?
it could be the yellow M&M.
What if it was like Jenna Ortega or something? I don't know. I just picked an actress, but like.
no, Jenna Ortega.
But it could be.
freaks me
But it could
out.
also be like. It could also be like Christopher
I feel like
Lloyd
her
or
face
something.
is-
If it's Christopher Lloyd, I would
Yeah, I'd be
take that.
okay with that. You know, it could be Christopher Lloyd. Yeah. I'm gonna put the Invisible Man. I'm gonna put him in D tier because you don't know what this guy looks like. You
Yeah.
don't know how tall they are. You don't know like their house probably doesn't have.
Hear me out. Really quick. What about the mystique of romance? And like.
He could be Bill Clinton. I don't. I'm with Jules' argument on this one. I get it. It's you don't know who it is.
So
It's
by putting
mysterious.
it in D tier, you're saying that is more likely to be bad than good.
I'm saying it's more likely to be bad than good because I do understand how, if we're going by like Hotel Transylvania logic, he's like, this is what I really look like, and it's a super like handsome dude, but at the same time, you know, I just don't think the Invisible Man would work out. He's also really mean. If you've read the book, he's a really mean guy. He's very like, don't look at me. I can't be seen. I just think
Well,
he'd
yeah,
be,
no.
You'll ruin the magic.
yeah, but I think he'd just be. It's too much.
Are
of a
you
risk.
sure? Are you sure he's not just informing you that he can't
I can't be seen.
Okay, so what are we deciding?
I'm putting the Invisible Man
D
in D
tier.
tier.
You make a good point. I'll put him in D tier as well.
Next we have the Blob, and that I can
S
tell you
tier.
automatically is S tier. for
S
me.
tier.
Okay. Show me the blob again.
It's the Blob. The Blob like the X-Man, or the Blob like the monster,
No, like the original one from 1958.
or the one from.
This is
Aliens
the
versus
Blob.
Monsters.
If you want to know what the Blob looks like.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 S tier.
It eats you alive.
It's just
It
says
eats you
right
alive,
there.
but look,
It's just
he's chill.
he's chill AF.
He's super chill. He just kind of sits there. He doesn't
It's
do
just
anything.
Jello.
Yeah,
He's jello.
you're not fearful
I
for your
mean,
life. It's not,
Carnivorous
I mean,
Jello.
hey,
though.
I don't know.
can't-
That
no.
makes me kind of scared. That text right there.
it eats you alive. No,
Yes.
but he doesn't do that. He's better now.
He's.
He went to therapy.
Oh, and you're doing it again.
He went.
You're doing it again.
I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can fix him energy right
I
now.
can fix it.
Yeah, I can fix him. Easily. I
But
can
you
fix
just
him.
said that he's okay now. So you're saying that he's already fixed.
Yeah, he went to therapy.
Were you there?
Were you there though?
No, I trust him.
Sounds like a red flag.
I'm putting the blob in S tier. I'm sticking to my guns here. I'm putting the blob in S tier.
I'm
and
putting the blob in S tier because
I'm out of all of these characters, out of all of these silly little characters, silly little zany creatures and goblins and ghouls,
he's the least scary.
he's the least scary. He's a blob. It's
Just
in the
a
name. He
blob.
looks like red jello. He looks like if you, like,
He looks like what
he's
my
so nice.
brain looks like.
So are we assuming that there is a low percentage chance that it attacks?
he doesn't eat you.
All of these, like,
he
they have-
he likes you. He won't eat you. He's very defensive.
Think about it. You're going on a date, so this is like assuming.
Let's-
that
Yeah,
he-
this is assuming that he likes you, but if
This is
you're in
assuming-
public and someone's hitting on you, he's gonna be like, hey, back off my girl, and then he absorbs you and you like
Absorbs.
decompose inside of him.
Yeah. So you're one with him forever.
Okay,
Yeah.
how would we feel about A tier?
A tier.
Or is that too low?
If you put him in A and me and Jules both put him in S,
No,
then
no,
he balances out to S.
I'm saying because I may put him in like B or C.
No, 'cause
but-
Why would you? What?
Wait, but I think A just because like as much as nice as he could be, he is a blob. Like you can't.
Yeah, you
A
can't
tier.
really hug him. He'd
You
absorb
can't really
you.
get him.
Let's say A tier. I mean,
A tier.
you
Let's put
can
him
you
in A
can
tier.
hug him.
You can't get him any.
He just can't
clubs.
hug you back.
You can't.
Yeah.
He can't go on roller coasters. He can't like.
I think you're right. Yeah, he would fall apart.
You can't go horseback riding.
He can't go out in the rain. He'll just dissolve.
You
Yeah.
can't go out in the rain.
No water
You guys all
parks.
make compelling points.
No water
No
parks.
water parks.
And water parks are fun.
Yeah.
A tier.
I don't see a future with this man.
Okay.
Just okay, audience. Someone that dissolves in rain and that could have a slight chance at attacking you or like dissolving anyone near you
It's okay.
is
we,
an A tier.
we accept you for who you
I
are.
wanna-
That is how low the bar is.
That's
Next on the list is Nosferatu, the bootleg Dracula.
Nosferatu. Oh, that guy.
The one in SpongeBob
Oh,
where it's
that
like,
guy.
silly Nosferatu who's turning the lights on and
Oh
off.
my god.
Right.
This guy, you know what? I don't know his story. I don't know what his deal is, but he was in SpongeBob,
He's
and
just like-
there's a picture right here of him and Willem Dafoe, so he's S tier for me. He's very handsome.
His name's Nosferatu.
His name's Nosferatu.
Is he a vampire or is he just like?
I think he's knockoff. He's like the Walmart brand of
He's
Dracula.
just like
Great value.
he's the great value Dracula
he's a pale guy that happens to have pointy teeth.
and pointy ears. You know what? This is
But-
yeah.
but
and this
I'm-
is this
I'm-
is his
I'm
like,
reading- I'm
this
reading
is
more
the photo. Like,
character.
this is the big photo of him.
Yeah.
He's
Scary.
kind of mysterious. And I
It's-
kind of like that about a
You know, hey
guy.
hey man, he looks like he could clean himself up. I'm gonna give him
Yeah.
an A tier.
I think he could
Okay.
put his act back together.
Just
I really
because-
think.
I mean, he's pretty.
So
This is the closest to a human that we've gotten.
And he's
Well,
pretty
yeah,
chill.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
also in SpongeBob. He made a cameo in SpongeBob.
He could, yeah.
Imagine being
so,
like, my boyfriend was in SpongeBob. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
Hey, man.
I'm feeling that we're slowly succumbing to some form of Stockholm syndrome, where any human that isn't an immediate
I'm
threat.
gonna tell you
is
right now,
high
Alex.
tier.
It gets worse down this list.
This
I'll-
is
you know,
beggars
I'll-
This
can't,
is
I'll put him-
one of the best we're gonna get.
I'll-
Here.
beggars
put him
can't
in-
be choosers, Alex.
Yeah, beggars can't be choosers.
I will openly say B tier, and since you say S tier and Jules says A tier, I think that's A.
Next up, we have Mavis from Hotel Transylvania. I don't
Oh,
see how this
that's-
is really a
Why is that on the list?
a fair fight.
That's S.
That's S tier.
She's like.
I haven't seen Hotel Transylvania.
Are you serious?
Do you know what
Yeah.
she looks like?
I think so.
Okay, she's like really. And she's like 118 years.
She's
old.
like 118 years old. She's
Wait,
super
But
hot.
So that's
age,
kind of a-
aging
that's kind of
at the rate of a vampire. Right?
Yeah, vampire aging. They have kind of a baby face, so it's a little weird, but they're like 118 and they're super chill. They do have a boyfriend.
I feel like
That's an issue.
this
I
is
think
no.
don't they have a baby together?
Yeah.
That's
kind
an
of
issue.
like a parent.
It's at least an
I don't-
obstacle. You can't just say, just
I don't
ignore it.
really. Yeah, I don't. Really
But hold on. You read that.
Hear me out.
Hotel Transylvania 2.
And the
You
first one
said-
they're dating. Oh no, were you going by the first one? You know what? That's true.
You said the first iteration.
First iteration, first time we meet her, I guess she doesn't have a boyfriend. But she's like locked in a castle and her dad is like, I own a hotel and wear Hawaiian shorts and I have all these silly monster friends.
Yeah.
And I'm very like overprotective
Protective.
helicopter dad. You know what? I'm gonna put her in A. We don't really have any in S. I know we're kind of running out of
I'm
time.
gonna say B just because like she's married and has a child.
I'll balance it out. I'll say A.
Okay,
So
Okay.
A.
let's go with A. That works.
Again.
I can fix her.
You know what? No. S because I don't think that we're gonna get anyone better
We will.
in the future.
No.
We will. Believe me, Alex.
Okay. Then we'll say A tier.
A tier?
Is
Okay.
Yeah.
Cthulhu on there?
Cthulhu is not, but you're gonna love what's coming up next. These next few. We currently have 6 left.
Okay.
6 assorted monsters, silly characters left.
And you think that we're gonna get an S tier? Out of
There
all
will be
these?
an S tier on this.
Okay.
Pennywise, the original Pennywise,
Like for the original movie?
like the original Pennywise.
Oh my gosh. The
So
movie or the book? Movie or the book?
Tim Curry.
The movie.
Okay.
Tim Curry as Pennywise.
I can't do with that.
Yeah, I could.
The makeup and the giant forehead.
The makeup, the forehead, the teeth.
I wouldn't be able to
This is
about kissing
this is
that guy.
this is where I'm gonna deviate.
think about kissing that guy.
This is where I'm gonna deviate.
If you put him any higher than D tier,
Think
if
about
you put-
kissing
It's
that guy.
Tim Curry.
so
It's Tim Curry.
In this.
yeah, you shot down the Blob.
Yes. Was
Yeah.
the Blob played by Tim Curry?
Yeah.
You don't know it was a blob. It
You
didn't
know,
say anything. You don't know who it could have
That
been.
blob could be.
It-
It could
What-
have been Bill Clinton.
Was it Tim Curry?
Was it Tim Curry? Probably not.
Maybe.
Okay.
I know
Final answer.
that the original Pennywise was Tim Curry.
Wait, but Tim
And
Curry.
this is my one toxic trait. I will overlook.
Oh, I'll overlook anything. You date that guy?
No. I would
No.
not. I would not.
You
I
take
would
Tim
not.
Curry. You
Tim-
take Tim Curry to
That's
second date.
scary.
Tim Curry by himself, yes. Pennywise, I have to admit, not.
Dude,
the
Tim Curry
best.
would take you to Outback Steakhouse. It'd be such a lame date.
In-
You'd think you're going somewhere
Don't
nice.
badmouth
Oh,
the good name of Tim Curry.
In summation,
I thought you were gonna say
Pennywise
don't badmouth
original
Outback
original
No.
Pennywise F tier.
Okay.
F tier.
Pennywise.
Let me put this one
So
up.
I'll concede F tier, but Tim Curry by himself
Yeah.
and his acting career. Tim Curry and his acting career solo, separate from Pennywise, even including his work as Pennywise. S tier. I love Tim Curry. I'm a big fan of Tim Curry. He says space.
Space!
It's like my favorite clip ever.
So he is going
Alex
to go
likes
in between
space.
B and C tier because me and Jules are both. No, because if you're an S and we're both F.
No. We'll put Pennywise in F, but
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry by himself.
Okay.
Would be S tier.
Okay.
What is next?
Next up, we have Teen Wolf, played by Michael J. Fox.
S tier.
Yeah, he's super
Obviously.
nice.
Show me Teen Wolf.
He's super
never seen the original?
cool. He does
No.
a backflip in the movie. I
He
think.
does. Okay, Teen Wolf 1985.
Dude,
This
acrobatic.
this
yeah,
is
he's
what Teen Wolf
athletic,
looks like.
Big old muscles.
That's what the wolf looks like. The Teen Wolf
It-
looks pretty weird, but I'm saying like Michael J. Fox. You're getting
You get
getting
Michael-
J. Fox
It's
in
Michael
his
J.
prime,
Fox. It's
And a
Michael J.
dog.
Fox.
That
and
sounded
you're getting
really
Michael J.
weird.
Fox in his prime, and a werewolf that plays basketball.
That sounded.
You
really
know what?
weird.
That's and it. He
I mean,
he has
yeah.
no ill intent. He just wants to play basketball. He
Werewolf
uses
that
it to
plays
play basketball.
You know what?
Yeah.
You proved me right, or you proved me wrong rather.
There is
There's one saving grace S tier.
one saving grace S tier.
and,
Michael J.
and
Fox.
it's Teen Wolf and Michael J. Fox.
It is Teen Wolf Michael J. Fox. Okay, all right. Next is the Leprechaun.
S tier. He's
Oh, and
rich.
why?
He's got.
He's got gold.
He's
bud.
got.
Oh, and why?
He's got
not the
egregious
Leprechaun.
amounts of gold. He's got.
He's
pots
got
upon
so much
pots.
gold.
Not the Leprechaun.
Oh, the one
The
from the movie
Leprechaun.
that they
Yes.
throw down a well and then like set it on fire. I think
This guy's rich. He's dripped out. Have you seen Leprechaun things?
he's
Those
he's
are always,
rich.
Always
He
clean.
will hurt you if you take any of his money. You cannot have
He's
his shared bank
protected.
account. shared income would not work with this guy. I'll put it like
Okay.
that. I'm gonna put him in C tier.
I think.
You know what? You know what? I'll take it.
I think B tier. I feel like he's a little toxic when it comes to money.
I'll agree with that, and that's why I'll actually put him in C tier. Just because very aggressive.
Hey.
He got money and then got a Napoleonic
The
complex,
the purest way to get to the heart is money.
So what are we putting him at?
C tier.
C tier?
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. That works. Next up we have The Monster House from the movie The Monster House.
In the movie, the house is just a spoiler warning. But in the movie, the house is just the
Second Monster House spoiler because we brought it back from the fall films second.
Oh
Yeah, coming back from the fall film segment. We're bringing it back.
House? The house is just the guy's wife.
Leprechaun
Yes.
is C tier?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, he is the guy's wife.
Hey man, I think S tier because it's like, babe, just pull up. It's like, where? To me.
I'm the house.
Babe,
like,
just pull up.
oh.
It's like, babe, it's like, come.
Odd.
You always have a place to chill. At the end of the house, at the end of the movie, the house like gets up and walks, right?
No, that's Baba Yaga.
No, in Monster House, the house gets up and walks. I know this. It's at the end of the movie.
I mean, regardless. Okay, so are we also giving the benefit of the doubt to Monster House that it is more chill and
Yeah.
not bloodthirsty?
This is like she realized that she could be better than that crusty old man. Go for someone like me.
I'm gonna. Well, you know what? If she looks like that, I don't know about how I feel about that.
But
Dude,
we're assuming that the Monster House is a bit more tame. Than
I mean, even if it does look like that, you have an entire like
You've got a house.
yeah.
like autonomous
It
house.
doesn't grow legs; it grows arms.
And like you can just be like, I want something to drink, and like
Hugs.
the fridge.
Have you ever hugged a house?
I wouldn't want to.
Sounds
If it
sounds like a B tier.
Think about it.
game.
The house
Sounds
is
like
controlling
a-
itself. If you don't want to do the dishes, the house will just do the dishes.
For me. You know what? You're not wrong.
You get
I'm putting it in.
all of your
F tier.
stairs are escalators.
So your opinion is F tier.
I'm F tier.
What is your opinion?
I'm saying at least B tier.
I'll take B tier. So
So, C tier.
C tier. Yeah.
That'd be so cool. How much do you want to bet that Apple will
Literally free real estate though.
free real
Fair enough.
estate, free tower defense? If the
Next up, we have Christine the car.
The car. A
that
whole
actually
car.
scared me. I
We
looked that up.
just transitioned from a house to a car.
I'm gonna be so honest.
Inanimate
Dude,
objects.
it's a Plymouth. Like, look at that. Look at that car. That's not a Plymouth. That's a Cadillac.
That's
what am I saying?
sick.
Is it not? No, it is. It's a Plymouth.
Wait, is the car a girl?
The car is a girl.
The car's a girl, and the car's like fully.
It's fully alive.
So she's just a car.
She's literally just a car.
So you just get a cool car
As your girlfriend.
I mean, can she talk or is it?
No, they play. I believe in the movie, instead of the car talking, it turns on the radio and filters through the radio to talk to you.
Okay. Well, see, here's the thing. I feel like this.
Communicative.
I feel like this kind of applies.
One
to
of the few creatures that actually communicates at least semi-normally.
Chill.
But listen, I feel like this applies to the house too. Like it would be cool like to have around like an autonomous car, but I wouldn't like feel romantic towards it.
However, it was made from the mind of Stephen King.
It was.
I feel like there are some issues with that.
Everything's a little romantic.
I'm feeling D tier.
I'll put it D tier.
D tier, yeah.
D
Okay,
tier.
cool.
D tier for Christine.
Whisper.
The final one is the Grim Reaper from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
So
Ted.
Owen, you actually introduced us to the Grim Reaper from Bill and Ted's.
I've never seen Bill and Ted.
Yeah, but Owen introduced us to a clip, and
So
The Grim Reaper, I'll put it like
Honestly.
this.
he's just a silly guy.
Super chill guy.
right,
He plays upright bass.
right.
He brings people to the underworld.
Mhm.
He's super nice. He's a man of few words, and I really think that he would make a great partner. And especially, I think he'd be really good, giving you advice,
I think
getting rid of people you don't like. I'm not saying he would, but
he has a scythe, and I think it's cool. So he's S tier.
You know what? After the clips that you showed from
Clips.
from
this is
from
him
the film,
playing Battleship.
Dude, yeah.
Look at how chill he is, dude.
yeah.
menacing AF.
Instant blue filter as well.
Yeah, the
So,
blue filter is what really adds.
Instant Iceland. You know what? You have convinced me. I think this may be the second and final S tier candidate. Are you feeling S tier?
I'm feeling A tier.
I'm feeling S tier.
I'm feeling S tier.
Oh, and
Bald.
we have confirmed a second
S tier.
S tier. S tier.
S tier.
Clarify the image that you showed me.
Yeah, I will. We'll pull that one up.
It was
Look it
just the Grim Reaper playing.
It was the Grim Reaper
Hey,
playing
let them-
bass,
let
dude.
them
Playing bass.
experience the image with no context.
With no context and just being like, hey, this is what we did at work
Take a
today.
take a screenshot right
Take a
now
screenshot.
Send this to someone.
and send this to someone and say you have to watch this episode.
If you're one of my friends and you're watching this,
But-
send this to me, and I will act like I don't know what's happening.
Send this tier list to someone and say, what do you think this is for? Just don't tell them what it is for.
Yeah,
Ask if they don't have
and then direct them to
No
this
matter
episode.
no matter what they say, oh, you're right.
Thank you everyone for watching what has been a very exciting and very chaotic Halloween episode, Halloween special, our second Halloween special. Big thanks to Jules and Owen for creating the content and the wonderful segments that we did here in this episode. What a journey. I feel like we've all grown, and I feel like we've all have enjoyed the progress that we have made today and how we judge possible romantic
partners. I
And
need me a teen wolf.
Do not take
And-
dating advice from us.
Do
Yes,
not. Yeah,
do
don't
not.
do that.
We are not
The amount of red
It's not-
flags that I said yes to today. A lot.
If you do
You could
anything,
make a blanket
if you
out
do
of it.
anything that you hear in this podcast in real life, you are legally liable.
Yeah, we are not liable. We need a disclaimer. Don't go dating like the Mummy or Dracula or
Doing anything else.
yeah. Don't do anything that we say
Okay.
except for
So-
listen to more episodes.
Yes, and please stay tuned. We're gonna go back to our normal scheduled programming. We are going to return in 2 weeks' time with a new episode in November. And as we wind down the calendar year, we're gonna try to make as many fun and interesting segments and episodes as we can. As always, feel free to follow us on all these platforms
All of them.
at Clark Co. Schools.
Clark Co. Schools.
And don't forget to listen to us on all the platforms that we're available on. Share it with your friends. Again, show them the screenshot of the tier list without any context.
No context.
And just send them the link. But until then, until we see you back in November, this has been producer Alex.
I'm Jules.
Happy Halloween.
Missouri.